Hey everyone, Starkiller here. I'm going to be playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I have the Trilogy. Never really played the games before. Anyways, let's get on with the playthrough. I'll be doing some voice acting just because I think it's amusing. Anytime. There we are. Gasp, gasp. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court 2. District Court, Columbia Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Ew, I'm glad I made it on in time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair, oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Ah, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's not usually his fault, he just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That I am one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. That's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them correctly, clearly, and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. Defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report over cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I can feel my hearing coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the tab to check it any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who was the victim in this case? Ah, there we go. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me what's the cause of death. She died because she was... a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Such as the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief? Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Oh, there he gets excited easily. This could be bad. Oh, we twitched. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We're great together. We're Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She was just not taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, isn't that what we generally mean by getting dumped? In fact, she completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport next to the court record. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you wanted me to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Yes. My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is relevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating she-dog. She's gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Huh? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Oh, he went... What do I do? Yes. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Sawitz to the stand. Mr. Sawitz, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawitz, you may proceed with your testimony. I am changing his voice because I realized him and Phoenix are the same, and Phoenix is the main character. Please tell the court what you saw on the murder of that day. Witness account. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Just read it. I thought he must be in a hurry, because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I qualified in frights. I found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock p.m. The man who ran, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the victim's apartment? Why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawitz used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Okay. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. Hold on a minute. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why? Expose the lies in the witness. Expose the lies in the witness testimony. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab and point out the contradictions in the testimony. This is accounts. Swim to the doors and sign fleeing the apartment. Throw open. Change into the apartment, put inside, dead, moving. I could have identified, found some funny to go inside. Thought I called the police immediately. Had the phone's not working. Consider my park around the public phone. I remember the time exactly, it was 1 PM. Then he ran, I love that sitting over there. Wait. Yeah, okay. The evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and statement not just related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think of the facts before making a decision. Oh. Okay, well. One. Okay. You found the body at 1 PM. Are you sure? Yes, it was 1 PM for certain. Frankly, I find it hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death was sometime after 4 PM. There was no body to find at 1 PM. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time! After his testimony, I find it hard to believe. Mr. Sawitz, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 PM? Gee, that's a really good question. Good job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do, point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and the whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. There was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video on a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I got this one. Time. Tape program. Blackout. Hold it right there. The prosecution said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't afford a television or a video. Well, the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowitz? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sowitz, the court would prefer to hear accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. You seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowett. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. There. Victim. The furthest thing from a clock. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was a statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? A lawyer? Just answer the question, Mr. Sowett. I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck has a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time allowed. It doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes. You should have been able to tell that. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in this witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is holding it in his hand. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he entered the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. And that was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sowett, the sound must have left quite the impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke as just as hit the victim. The voice was poured into your mind. That's why you were so certain at the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, I heard... I mean, I saw it... Shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Okay, Sterling, carefully. Your Honor, the sound Sowett heard was definitely this clock. A fact which you can see if you try sounding. Let's sound the clock now, here in the court. Your Honor, may I have this clock? Ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. Ah, that's certainly a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, for the clock, what are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sowett heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sowett, try to talk your way out of this one. Yeah, you forgot one thing. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Mr. Wright, how am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness, unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sowett. I've come all this way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You liars are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sowett. Chief. Listen that way. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. No one can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out that reason, and you'll have proof. Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can provide it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the courtroom that can prove beyond my claim without... beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock is running slow. Oh, Paris. The victim just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours fast, not 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since her returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sowett? What should I say? Mr. Did It? Order, I say. Well, this case is certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Sowett was a common burglar. He was a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the houses that day. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sowett let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching the place, the victim returned. Flustered, Trissowit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Phew. Still can't believe you won.
Right, good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since the trial ended on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my sister, when he's gone, man, gone forever. There, she was. Never mind.
Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, but hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Present? For me? Wait, wasn't this evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this?
Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she just played me for a fool. Doesn't it just want to cry? Oh, Larry.
Are you so sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really.
Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What's she talking about? Statue. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about the clock? It's a clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed the clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, think of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad to ask you to be I'm glad I asked you to be my wire. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel better.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here's done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me. While drinking toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry,
you were saying part of why you became a lawyer is because of him. What's because of him? Yeah, part at least.
You have to tell me about more. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry stopped me on the block and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not paying us, once you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident, and I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. that was case one. Yeah, the second. I tried to record it the first time. Didn't work out so great. Bad audio, mixing and everything. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.